The quarterfinals continue.
Today, Turkish Airlines' legendary recliners are going head-to-head against the modern SWISS A220 in short-haul business class. Welcome back to the Flyman Yann Aviation World Cup. Both of these airlines dominated in round one in the trenches of economy, but today, it's all about high-end lounges, premium dining, and extra comfort. Each airline will be rated in 5 categories, and only one can advance to the semi-finals.
The bracket is narrowing and the luxury is rising. Let's see who survives this quarter-final clash. I'm back in Istanbul, and my first flight today is with Turkish Airlines. Now this one I'm pretty excited about because unlike the last 2 flights, which were just standard EuroBusiness, Turkish is one of the only airlines in Europe that offers a differentiated short-haul business class product, like you'd expect from domestic first in the USA or carriers in Asia. I also heard they have a pretty nice lounge, so let's get to the airport and check it out. I'm back at Istanbul Airport, and today we're not going through that entrance or that entrance or that entrance, but we're going through this entrance, the business class entrance. I assume it's probably a bit nicer inside. Let's find out. I'm in the business class check-in area and it's pretty nice here. It's way quieter compared to the main terminal area. I got checked in straight away, there was no queues, there's a sofa I can sit down on and wait while the formalities are taken care of. There's sofas going all down the edge. There's water bottles if you want to have a drink while you wait. It's pretty good. And one thing I love is when airlines do a differentiated boarding pass for their premium cabins, and Turkish does this here. They've got the black border on theirs. It looks really cool. I always like to keep these for memories. So far, ground experience is going well. Let's continue on and see what the lounge has got in store for us. One of the benefits of my business class ticket is fast-track security and passport control. So I managed to get through in about 8 minutes, which I think is pretty good, especially when I got through on the other side and I saw the regular queue snaking around. So there's definitely a nice benefit to have. Right now, I'm just trying to find the lounge. There's a few lounges here. There's a contract lounge, there's a status lounge, and then what I assume is the best one, the business. Here we go, here's the entrance, is the business lounge. So let's see what's inside.
Entry into the lounge was granted by scanning your boarding pass. Now, this lounge is pretty large, but I don't know why I was expecting it to be even bigger. It feels smaller than the contract IGA lounge on the other side of the terminal. It was also really busy during my visit, which made it feel even more cramped. It was hard to find a seat, and there were always people lingering around trying to secure a spot, which didn't make it feel very relaxing. The main highlight of this lounge is the live cooking stations. These can be found down the central walkway of the lounge, with anything from grilled meats to ravioli to Turkish pide. There's also self-serve salad buffets and sweet selections to choose from. Drinks-wise, there's big open fridges with water and soft drinks, but I was surprised that this cart was the extent of their wine selection. They don't even serve champagne in here, which is really surprising for a proper business class lounge without status passengers. But at least they do have some sparkling wine, so that still gives us a point on the scoreboard. Cheers. The lounge also has luggage lockers, an ironing service, I've never seen that one before, a self-playing piano, a big TV wall showing global news, and bookable private meeting rooms. Let's head to the gate. I saw the dreaded letters after the gate number, which usually only means one thing.
Turkish, don't let me down. I've just taken an elevator downstairs and I see bus gates everywhere.
I'd read online about a separate black luxury minibus for business class passengers when departing from a remote stand, but it was nowhere to be seen today, and instead, we were all crammed into one bus for a long ride across the tarmac. Here's the 6-year-old A321neo will be flying over to Paris today.
Now this is what I'm talking about. Proper recliner seating in short-haul business class, 2-2 layout, Why can't all European business class be like this? The seat feels comfortable, it looks modern. This is a great start. All right, let's have a look around the seat.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. It's great to see proper recliner seats on a short-haul product in Europe. It's a 5-row cabin in a 2-2 layout with 20 seats in total. The business cabin was pretty empty on my flight today. I had the back 2 rows to myself, which made the whole experience feel even more exclusive. I love the modern design of the seats. The black leather with gold accents looks really premium. The seat itself is very comfortable with good padding and a small pillow provided too. The headrest sides are adjustable, but it doesn't move up and down. The seat itself has a fixed wing for extra privacy from your neighbor, and this tiny little pull-out panel if you really need that extra inch of privacy. Legroom is not a problem whatsoever here, with 45 inches of row pitch. Stretching and getting comfortable is part of the experience. Built into the armrest are the seat controls for reclining back, which is the best recline I've felt so far this season. No one else is even close. You can also release the leg rest and unfold the footrest, which has an adjustable length. Overall, it's a great seat. This is the sort of comfort I would love to expect on all short-haul business class in Europe. Turkish offers a pre-departure beverage, even on short-haul business class flights. I can't think of another European airline that offers this, but let me know in the comments if I'm missing one. And then it wasn't long until it was time to buckle up, watch the safety video, and head to the runway. After takeoff, the cabin divider curtain was closed and the crew came by to take my meal order from the printed menu. It's great to see a physical menu on board, which you don't typically see on short-haul flights. Turkish really put the effort in to make even shorter business class flights on a narrow body feel special. And on that note, the crew handed out hot towels to freshen up just afterwards. And then 25 minutes after takeoff, my first course was plated and served.
All right, the meal service has just been plated. I've got my starter, salad, and I've got my champagne and water over here, so let's dig in. Let's talk about the meal service. The crew came and served everything on a tray. There was the salad, the dessert, and also the starter, which was a prawn starter. That tasted great with the sauce as well. It had a little spicy edge to it. Really enjoyed that. And then they came afterwards to serve the main course. Now, I originally wanted to get the grilled chicken breast, but they'd run out by the time they got to me. This is like a half-empty cabin, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but I ended up going for the grilled beef cutlet, which was really good. I'm always a bit worried with beef on the plane, sometimes it's a bit dry, but this was delicious. It had aubergine on the side, which is not my thing, so I just didn't eat that. And the salad was really good. The dessert, it tasted good, but I'm not a big fan of creamy things, so nothing against the dessert. The taste was fine, but the texture for me, I can't do creamy stuff. And there was also a little plate with cheese, which was all good. So overall, the meal service really great. I really enjoyed that. It was served alongside some champagne. They've topped me up a couple times with the champagne, some water as well. And then when the tray was cleaned up, I was handed some roasted Turkish hazelnuts. I haven't tried these yet, but I'm sure they'll be good. Overall, that was an excellent meal service. I love the fact that the main course was served separately. So it's initially served on a tray, but you do get like plated main course, which makes it feel a bit more premium compared to what most short-haul business class, which is just everything on one tray. So yeah, I think Turkish have done an excellent job with the meal service here. I've really enjoyed it. I'm really full right now, especially with all the food I had in the lounge. So I'm gonna sit back a bit, enjoy some more champagne, and why don't we go check out the toilets? Toilet inspection time for Turkish business class and the A321neo. While you've got one toilet dedicated for business class at the front of the cabin, it's like a regular size A321 toilet, not that big, although there is a pretty large sink here, which does look nice. I think this is special for business class. And there's also some French cosmetics, Atelier Rebulle, so you can wash your hands in a bit more of a fancy way. But there's also the regular soap if you're not feeling so fancy. Otherwise, there's the air freshener up here, which we saw in economy as well, and the mirror, hello. So size-wise, it's a pretty standard toilet, but we do get an extra large sink and some branded toiletries, so nice. All right, now I'm gonna use it. I'll see you back at the seat. Okay, and now that I'm back in my seat, how about the amenities category? Well, the main thing to talk about is going to be the in-flight entertainment screen right in front. Turkish Airlines is one of the few European airlines that offer this, but just to be clear, they also offer this in economy, so you'll get this whatever cabin you're sitting in. There seems to be a decent selection of movies, there's a few TV shows here, and of course my favorite thing, which is the in-flight map. You should be able to pair your headphones with Bluetooth to the screen, but it didn't seem like it was working on my flight today. But luckily, they also provide some headphones in the seat pocket in your seat, so you should be able to do that, and the screen itself is touchscreen, or you can use the remote, which is also in your seat pocket, so you have a few choices. Personally, I prefer to watch YouTube videos or use my phone, so what about the Wi-Fi? Internet is available. As a business class passenger, I get 1 gigabyte of free internet access, which is nice to have, and if you want any more, you can buy 250 megabytes for $9. I don't know who comes up with that pricing, but then the unlimited package is $13, so you can get that. I think it's perfectly fine. And the only other thing to talk about is the charging. There's an international power socket and USB-A port. I don't really care about USB-A these days, but as long as there's an international power socket, I'm happy. So overall for amenities, they're ticking pretty much every box, so good job Turkish.
One of the other benefits of having a proper recliner seat is that you actually have a decent amount of space to work and use your laptop. The tray table was a bit finicky though, and I couldn't always get it to lock into place sturdily. The crew kept me topped up with champagne and snacks for the rest of the flight, and just as we started our descent, they handed out one last very hot towel. I've just landed in Paris Charles de Gaulle, and that was an excellent flight. Honestly, this is what all short-haul business class should be like. Now I've got like a bunch of other EuroBusiness flights to do. It's not going to be as exciting, although I think there is one more with a recliner product. In fact, I know there is, so subscribe if you want to see that one, and take a guess in the comments if you know which one it is. But right now the question is, can Swiss beat what we just experienced here? I don't know, maybe on the ground experience? Maybe there's a surprise, who knows? Let's find out.
I'm back at Zurich Airport, and Swiss have got a big fight on their hands. I think it's going to be pretty hard, maybe impossible, for them to beat Turkish with the nice recliners, but how are they going to do in all the other categories? Well, let's head inside, starting with ground experience, and see what the Swiss premium check-in counters are like. Let's go. I've just checked in, I've got my boarding pass, and there was no queue at the business class check-in counters. And I'm glad I had access to that because the queue for economy line is starting to look kind of big. The check-in agent there was really friendly, and she told me I have access to the Swiss Business Lounge. Now, I've done no research on this before. I've only seen videos of the Swiss First Class Lounge here, and that one looks pretty impressive. So hopefully some of that has trickled down to the business class lounge. Let's go find out. But first, I'm heading through here, through the fast track security. Let's do it.
Swiss Business Class Lounge at the E-Gates is a lovely space filled with natural light. It's got seating all around with floor-to-ceiling apron views on both sides. There's a quiet relaxing room with lounges, private work pods, high tables overlooking the gates below, and the main dining room area. Food-wise, there's an L-shaped buffet with chef-plated hot options, a self-serve section too, a salad bar, sweet treats, a coffee station, and most importantly, the bar. There's a decent selection of spirits and wines, but you already know what I'm going for, the sparkling wine. It's also surprising not to see champagne in this lounge, but we have bubbles, so let's add another point to the scoreboard. Cheers.
Honestly, this is a pretty nice lounge. I've enjoyed my time here. The outdoor terrace, you know I love those, but the plastic seating can be a bit better. But with views like this, with planes taking off right in front of you, you cannot beat that. I don't know if you can hear me. There we go. But anyway, it's just started raining, so I'm heading inside.
I'd actually just come off an overnight sleeper train to get to Zurich, so I was happy to make use of the shower facilities here, although it was a 3-hour wait to use them. Feeling nice and refreshed? Let's head to the gate. And here we can just about make out the 7-year-old A220 we'll be flying on today. And for the ground category winner, despite the Swiss lounge being much calmer, the Turkish lounge had way more on offer. And with the separate entrance and private business class check-in facility, Turkish Airlines gets the win for this one.
Just got settled into my seat 7A, and it's pretty much the same seat as the last time we flew on the Swiss A220, except this one's got a few more inches of legroom because we're in business class. Even though this is a EuroBusiness seat, because we're on the A220, the layout is in a 2-3 config, so instead of having an empty middle seat, if you sit on the left side, you get the seat next to you free, so that's a nice bonus. If you're a solo traveler, sit on the left, and if you're flying with someone, then the right side's probably better. But anyway, let's do a quick recap of the seat, and then we'll get in the air.
I do like the Swiss cabin with the brown, leather, and chrome accents. I think it looks classy. The headrest is not adjustable in any way. Legroom is really good at 32 inches for the first 11 rows, and the recline is pretty average. And how could I forget the weird split seat pockets? So with all that taken into account, I think it's pretty obvious. Turkish Airlines is securing the seat category win today. Now, let's get in the air and see how the service compares. The meal service started 20 minutes after takeoff, and everything was served on one tray.
I've just finished up the meal service. It was a plate of charcuterie with some salad. There were cheeses on the side, bread, and some sort of mousse dessert. Now, I've got to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more from this. Just even having a hot option would have been nice. It's just one cold dish. There was no choice. It wasn't like a huge portion. I realized this is maybe a bit of a shorter flight, but still, I would have liked to see an option or something that was hot at least. One thing I will say though is the crew have been really friendly. They've been really proactive. They keep coming down the aisle every few minutes to top up people's drinks. So that's why I'm drinking my second glass of champagne. Cheers. But other than that, considering the previous flight we had with Turkish, I think this one's gonna have to be an easy hospitality category win to
Turkish Airlines.
We're back for another toilet inspection time, and I really love the A220 when it comes to toilets. They've got the most space, they feel the most modern. I mean, it is a new aircraft, but Swiss have also added in some branded toiletries. So we have some Foda, I think that's how you pronounce it, face spray, lotion, and hand wash. So nice to see a little extra few things in there. That was the same amenities they had in the showers in the lounge. So nice toilet. Nice to see a little extra something here.
And for the toilet category winner, since both included extra branded amenities in the toilets, I'm giving this one to Swiss for the extra space given by the A220.
Okay, I just made it back to my seat, and let's talk quickly about the amenities category. And it's going to be really quickly because Swiss has nothing on board. There's no in-flight entertainment, which is normal for European carriers, even though Turkish has it. There's no charging, no international power, no USB, nothing, and there's no Wi-Fi either. So Turkish is absolutely going to wipe the floor clean in this category. But I mean, come on, Swiss. I know Swiss were one of the first to get the A220, but charging and Wi-Fi, I feel like that's something you should have on board. But anyway, for that reason, the amenities category win is going to
Turkish Airlines. And with 2 pieces of chocolate to finish things up, it was time to start our descent into London.
Made it to London, Swiss flight complete. What did I think? I kind of was expecting a bit more, to be honest. I knew they'd never live up to the heights of the Turkish proper big recliner, but the meal service could have been a bit more substantial, I think, although I must say the crew were incredibly friendly and hospitable, so I just got to put that out there. But the only thing that really matters is the final scoreboard, so let's check it out.
Turkish takes the win with 4 category wins against 1 for Swiss. They'll proceed to the semi-finals where they'll battle Air France in long-haul economy. Don't miss it.
So, let me know in the comments if you agree with this week's verdict. Have you flown with either Turkish Airlines or Swiss Airlines in short-haul business class? Let me know your experiences. Let me know which one you thought was the best. And don't forget to like and subscribe. There's another one coming next week, and I'll see you there. Till next time.